to the set, and our humble guest today is one amazing person we've all known. She's a top model here in Ghana, or will I say Africa, but she's well known here in Ghana. And that goes by name Philivian Ayariga. Take a look at the documentaries of the past issues regards Dion Philivian Ayariga.
In February 2012, Ghana's top model Philivian Ayariga's name and photos made it against a major news bulletin in the country. But this time around, the news wasn't about her pretty face on brand's campaign billboards, neither her strutting runway of biggest fashion show in Africa with her unique catwalk steps. Ghana's top model arrested for boyfriend robbery. Armed robbers model girlfriend arrested. Pregnant armed robbers girlfriend arrested. Etc. are some of the headlines captioned. According to police authority, Rabiu was a dangerous armed robber who has been connected to many robbery incidents in the country, and in some of these cases, lives were lost. For the first time since the incident happened 9 years ago, Philivian is here with us to share her experience on what transpired, how she felt, her pains and regrets, her loss, and above all, her strength to keep living.
Dating Rabiu, how was it like?
At age 19, I was not thinking straight, very young, very soft-hearted. I needed someone to take care of me, not financially. I just lost a baby.
You needed emotional comfort.
And my previous boyfriend, who I had the child with, abused me with sex and beatings while I was pregnant. So when I found him, he was very gentle, very nice, caring, soft talk.
Well, don't you think at that age when you got the first pregnant that you were too young to get into that? Did you at any point feel I shouldn't be doing this? At that moment?
At that moment, I was the one caring for myself.
So it's okay for you? It's okay?
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care.
I'd wanted to abort it, but it didn't work. It was my first time getting pregnant, and the guy didn't, we didn't know what to do. We were scared. We wanted to abort. I didn't even know if I should keep the baby or not, but I was a bit lazy doing things. Or if he gives me the medicine, I'll take. If he doesn't give me, I don't care. I didn't know what it was. It's like I was a baby still. I was very young and not thinking straight. You wouldn't even notice. He's a very smart man. He was 35 when I met him. I was 19. So he might have had a lot of experiences in talks. And me being a young, smart girl, he realized I've gone to school and he has to be much smarter than I am. There was a point in time, when you were a young girl, you still follow men around, even though you have one boyfriend. You still want to know
explore,
who you
want to explore, want to
succeed
do
with, you know? Because it wasn't like he was giving me that much money. He was only giving me comfort. But I was still having a life before I met him. So I was doing, until one day he told me, look, I should stop all these things and stay with him. He really want to settle with me.
He really want to settle with you.
And I agreed.
That was his own thought.
Yes. So I was being taken.
But how was Rabiu as a person? How was he as a person?
He was nice.
He's a very nice person.
Very supportive.
So there's no way you would have suspected anything strange about him.
Not at all. He was helping the elderly. He was paying rent for elderly. He was caring for little children, giving them fees. I was surprised every morning kids come to his door. So I have to be giving the kids.
Okay. At what point did you discover who he really was, that he was an armed robber? At what point of that relationship?
Okay, before I will come to that, he was arrested after we dated 6 months.
And within that 6 months, you have no idea of who he was?
Yeah.
He was arrested because... You've not noticed anything?
No, not at all. He was arrested because he had been assaulted someone.
Did you know he assaulted someone, and that is what you were made to believe?
I didn't. But when I go to visit him at prison,
Okay.
that's what they write. Whatever you did, that's what
So that was what you saw on
I
his...
saw. When I asked the prison guard, what did he do? He said he assaulted someone, the person died. So it wasn't only him, there were 2 or 3 people.
He assaulted someone and the person died.
Out
So it
of
was
It
a
took
murder
him
case.
some days. It wasn't at that moment the person died. It took the person, I think, some days or weeks before he died. That's why they arrested him.
How long did they spend
In prison. 4 years.
4 years?
So all the 4 years I had to wait for him. I was still single, working hard. But then there was, as I was getting matured, I was supporting him in prison, as in sending food, and sometimes clothes.
So as of that point, you had no idea about
I was
who
still
he really
emotionally attached
to him.
Yes, because I'm that type of person. If I am dating one guy and I'm really into this person, that is it.
Besides, he was good to you. So
He was good to me. Everything was good. Everything was perfect. So I was always praying that when will he come back? And I got fed up. So I told him that, look, I never want to see him again. I'm so tired. You never come back. So I moved on.
okay.
Not moved on with another guy, but I moved on with
your
life.
Okay.
That's when I became a model. Because I was a secretary in a company, a construction company. And then my boss had to tell me, you're so tall, why don't you look at modeling? And that's how I got to become a model.
Okay.
And then after 4 years, he came back. Now, how I got to know who he was, I asked him personally because I started hearing rumors about it. Because a friend of mine told me that, look, we heard that Rabiu is an armed robber. And I said, but I never see anything in the room that I suspect that he is. Because whatever he did, he never comes home midnight.
Wait, he doesn't come home at midnight. What time does he get home?
He comes at any time of his choice, but not midnight.
So he has never stayed late.
He's never stayed late. Probably it was a day robbery or any time of the day, but I'd never gotten up early dawn to go rob or anything. So with everything that happened, I sat down and realized, oh, I now understand why he was behaving this way. Reason I had to connect with him back to being together with him when he came back from prison was because he didn't have a place to stay.
Okay.
So I had to give him a place to stay. There was one time he told me, Felivian, the reason why I don't let you go is because whenever I am close to you, my heart is warm. I don't feel any torment. I have bad dreams. That's what he said. Probably with the incident that he does, daily activity that he has, when he comes to sleep, it's puncturing him. So whenever he's close to me, he tells me, staying with Rabiu wasn't an easy thing as everybody thinks. I was being abused by him sexually.
Wow.
So we always had issues. I was being abused.
Even through the abuse, you didn't notice there could be something wrong with it?
There was nothing because I did my research. I had to search and search everything, but nobody could give me an answer.
Okay.
Rumors from outside. My friends kept saying, my Muslim friends who started noticing this was happening. Hey, something happened. They said it was Rabi who went in. I was like,
wow. So that was how you were hearing the rumor?
I was like, no, why didn't you tell me this earlier? She was like, I didn't know. I just got to know. Look, you better run away or do something. I had to confront him. I said, Rabi, you know how much I love you and I care for you. And I will always stand at your back. I will not let you down. So tell me, who are you exactly? I know you told me you were a dealer in car. I know you told me you were a land guard. And I've seen you with cocaine with my very own eyes. And I warned you as I am a model. And I do not want you to have anything like that in the house. Because police can come after me too. If they see anybody with it, not even someone with it, if you are having it and I'm close to you, they will arrest me too.
Yeah, because they will feel two of you are coming.
And I warned you, you promised not to do that. And I never saw you with it anymore. So tell me, we have fought for a long time. I can't even leave. I can't even run away. When I run away from him, after I got to know one or two things, he will find where I am. So how am I able to even vanish unless I had left town, out of Ghana? So I confronted him. Nobody told me to do that. But I said, well, at this point, it's either I live or I die.
You decided that?
Yes, because I needed to know. If it's in my ears and I die after he shoots me, that would be great. At least I know. I asked him one night, Rabiu, I have heard this from people.
Is it true?
Please, tell me. I gathered all my prettiness or my whatever face that could charm him. And it worked. He actually opened up. And yes, he was.
And how did you feel at that point?
My dear sister, I had to pretend. I even hugged him. And then in my head, I had to say, oh my God, only him knows what he is feeling inside. I miss him because he is human. He was like every child. We don't give birth to armed robbers. We don't nurture armed robbers. We give birth to children. Beautiful people. People we wish that they grow to become someone better. Nobody wants to hear about, hey, my son is an armed robber. Hey, my boyfriend is an armed robber. No.
And nobody wants to also hear that my daughter is associated with an armed robber.
No, not at all. My dad didn't take it. He gave me a dirty slap. So I was trying to see it was a quit for us until the police shot him. And he wasn't shot. They shot him all right, but he wasn't wounded. He had either dodged or something. So he called me to tell me that this is what has happened to him.
But based on the story on the tabloid, it was more like he was exchanging a gunshot with the police.
That one was when he was killed.
That was when he was killed.
That one, I didn't know. But when I also read, I never asked them what happened. I could have asked them. I'm sure I would have gotten a dirty slap for that.
No, you don't have right to have even asked that. You should even be happy that you are free. Right?
Yeah, I can't say on air if I am free. But indeed, I am free. One thing I am free is I am released from being abused. And secondly, I'm happy for him because he has been relieved. The body is free. The body is so free that he won't get up to hurt another soul. That is what I am happy for. But I do miss him time to time.
So let's go back to when you were arrested. How was it like?
How I was arrested was because they needed to find out if he has been shot truly. Because they came looking for, he was shot, but his motorbike took the gun. So the police that shot him thought he had shot him and he's wounded. So they thought I had taken him to the hospital. That is why they came after me. That's what I heard.
So how did the police know you were dating him?
I had no idea.
So meaning...
They were informants all over. So I had no idea. They were even not wearing police uniforms. They were...
on mufti.
Yeah. So they came to the house. While I was not there, a friend of mine was there. And my friend called and I said, I found him. Not knowing the police, when I had left home, the police were there. So if I had not left home earlier, the police I would have met him and the police would have arrested him immediately. But I left home before the police. So when I made a call that, oh, I found him, he is okay, the police were listening. So when I said he is okay, I thought something had happened to him. That's why he called me. It was later when I met him, we discussed in the hotel that he has been shot, but his motorbike took the gun. That I couldn't give the information to my friend because that was a severe conversation. And when I came back early morning, I was also arrested immediately. And when they asked me where his whereabouts, I told them I had no idea. And I didn't take him to the hospital. They gave me dirty slaps of my life.
But don't you think you deserve this slap somehow? Sorry to say that.
No, I really did deserve.
Yeah, because you should have told them where he was, right?
It wasn't
or were
easy.
you scared of telling them?
First, I asked them, why are they here? They are not in uniforms. And I never thought they would have come to me.
Yeah.
And no police has ever interrogated me like that. So I was like, please, who are you people? Where is your search warrant? Because they searched my room to find out if there is anything.
And there's nothing shows that they were police.
Yes. So I got scared. They were
probably that's why you didn't tell them the truth.
So they gave me dirty slaps and handcuffed me, and one even pointed gun at me. And I had to we met at a hotel. We did what we could do. I never seen any wound or blood on, and we actually went to the hotel. I went to the hotel with the police to see if the curtains or the bed sheets were spread with
blood.
But they never believed. They said they had shot him. I had taken him to the hospital. Where am I hiding him? I said, I have no idea. And that's how the slap started.
So the reason for arresting you,
the first one was because they thought I was hiding him.
Hiding him because they knew they shot him.
Yes.
So mean all along, police is aware you are even dating Rabiu.
I had no idea. That's the new thing I saw.
You just saw.
So probably the informant had told them I have been dating him for years and I'm very popular. So even when I went to the commander, he was like, okay, you have to help us, because you are a popular person. We could put your name up there and everything of yours will be destroyed. As in work, my career and everything. I told them, why? I have no idea. Even when I open my mouth to tell them that I have no idea where he's hiding, I'll be given a dirty slap that moment. So my face was big at the moment.
Because of all the slaps you have received.
I was even given a shocker at that time. They shocked me with a shocker.
To tell them where Rabiu was.
But I was only telling the truth and they were doing their job. I knew they were doing, and that is how I got to realize, oh shit, innocent people really have had time
dealing with cases they know nothing about.
This is real. I had to wake up. I was billed. I was kept in cells for 4 days. I was billed by him, but they never saw who he was. They don't even know his face. So I was the right person who could have showed them.
If they don't know his face, how come they shot him? How did they know he was the one that they shot?
He's always with
a face mask.
Not a face mask. What do they call it? Motorbike and helmet. Always.
They know him because if they don't know him, they wouldn't be shot.
They asked me of his pictures. I had a laptop at the time when they came to arrest me. I had to open they even seized my laptop, my phones. We searched every picture. But none of pictures were seen because he doesn't like taking pictures.
Okay, let me come because during the period you were arrested, there was a rumor that you were also pregnant for Rabiu. Was that also true?
It's not easy, my dear. It wasn't true that I was pregnant for Rabiu.
How come the pregnancy?
When I was first arrested, when I came out, I never wanted to see him again. And that was a good point. I even packed my things to leave the house. But he gave me a call that when I leave the house, the police will still suspect. I told him, look, I'm tired of all this shit. I'm not supposed to be involved. I wanted to leave, sincerely. It was not easy for me because when I was first arrested, he wanted us to leave the country. And I was very scared. because the police, when they arrested me, made me understand that if they see me and him anywhere, they will shoot. They will not hesitate to shoot the two of us dead. If police had told you this, my dear, I don't think you would like to get involved. And once you are stupid, you don't need to be stupid again.
Of course.
So I needed to save myself time. And that is how I told him I was pregnant. And it is that month old. So I could just save myself from all this wahala. My passport was even taken.
So was it the one that told the press you were pregnant, or the police did?
You know, I have no idea, because how can someone who is dead tell a story? So probably he had discussed with his people, his friends, who could have also, I'm sure most of his friends have been arrested, some of them somehow. So one of them or two has been interrogated. Probably there was an informant in this whole scenario who, whenever he shares his story too,
picks it up.
Oh, you know, his girlfriend, he even said his girlfriend is 3 months pregnant.
But you weren't pregnant.
I wasn't, my dear.
So it was something you told him to get him off the back.
Yes, I just didn't want to travel at all.
At all. So you didn't want to go because the police have told you if you try that, this is the consequences.
Yes.
All right. We're going to invite someone. There was someone I had on this show, and I've really kept her waiting. But I had to introduce her. I think it's time to introduce her on few things. And that is Madam Jessica Owo. She's a registered mental nurse. Yes. So I'm bringing her on the set because there's this part of you that we needed her to clear us.
It's fast. It's deadly insect. It makes the whole family unrest, especially at night. But worry no more, cause the revolutionary Abro Super Blast mosquito spray. It travels fast, works fast, and with a very good fragrance, accommodating mild and tender smell. That's Abro Super Blast insecticide spray. Distributed by Coast Ghana Limited, Spintex Road, Motorway, Accra, Ghana. Abro, trusted name worldwide.
Welcome back, and I have my second guest on the set, by name Jessica Owo. Jessica, welcome.
Thank you, Lillian.
And thank you for coming on the show. You have been a professional mental wellness expert.
Yeah.
And looking at her case, what do you think, or what advice do you think you can give to her?
I was amazed that she's been this strong and positive, even though she's been through a lot, and she's still come this far and still living. She chose to live, and that's a compliment I will give her, that she made up her mind that despite everything I have been through, despite everything I have gone through, there's still hope. If we have life, we have hope. In life is not straight as we see it. Sometimes our upbringings can put us in situations where we do not find our feet to stand when we are left on our own. But with her, she's seen it all. She's gone through it all. She's seen the fame. She's enjoyed the fame. It's just that I would say that maybe she found herself in a position where, and it all comes back to having active family support. If we all have that active family support, someone might be going through worse, as she did, but if those people have that support they need, they have enjoyed that support, as she here has experienced previously, I'm sure she would have become better off than she is now. I always say that there are three sides to a story. The truth, yours, mine, and the truth. It's unfortunate the young man is not here to tell his side of the story. But if, as we said, no one is born with a vice character, but we learn from our environment, from our upbringing, from home, from the people we associate with, from school, everywhere. You can't say that a child that has been abused right from infancy, from age 7, you've been abused, 10 years you were abused, up to her teenage years or in her 20s when all these things happen, and she did not seek any support. It is hidden somewhere. One day, it just takes just a day for it to come out. Yes, it just takes an incident. It just need an incident for it to, I wouldn't say a trigger, because the word trigger is puts, so I would say a stressor. In the moment she comes into contact with a stressor, it will come up. Such people sometimes become erratic. They are always angry. They are aggressive. They want to get at you the least thing you do. And people do not, I have come to a point where I see everyone's behavior as unique. I don't judge people. If I find myself in a situation like that, I am me. I understand how the individuality of every person. So, and the uniqueness, what makes them who they are.
But let me ask you, at what point in this situation do you think someone will have to seek for help?
The moment the issue came up, after everything was over, she should have sought help.
Did you, Felivian?
No. I had to leave town from everybody. I had to leave. Nobody saw me again.
Do you think that was a good idea from our side?
It's not everyone who is mentally strong to be able to come back as they were, and they needed to go through therapy and family support. We cannot do this without family.
But let me ask you, is there nowhere you think someone can go and seek for help?
Now in Ghana, we have mental health units in almost all the government hospitals.
Are they effective?
Very effective. Very effective. You can walk in. We have clinical psychologists and we have mental health nurses in such units.
So if I go to any hospital now and I said I need a mental health to attend to me, I can be directed to.
You will get it immediately. You will get it immediately.
And can I ask you, are these things affordable for everyone?
Everyone. It's affordable. But with her, sometimes people want, it's different where people want to seek their help from. Mm-hmm. Maybe someone wants a private institution and someone wants a public institution. So if you want private, you should definitely know that the cost is going to be higher than it is in a public hospital.
We have come to the end of this session.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have more time to have this conversation, especially on your field, mental wellness. For some of you who don't know our social handles, please, you can follow us on our Facebook, Lily's Show, follow us on our Twitter, Lily's Show, follow us on our Instagram, Lily's Show. Thank you, and we are blessed to have you guys.